Hello and welcome to the Swamps. Today we're going to be doing a tarot reading on July predictions. So let's get right into it. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. All right, let's go, guys. Hello, pile number 1. This is your tarot reading for July predictions. You chose the Snow Quartz. I'm going to get right into your oracles and then your tarot cards, as I usually do. All right, so your first oracle card is look at the big picture, full moon Sagittarius. Your next oracle card is victory with Nestor. I don't know how to pronounce this and I'm not going to butcher it, so I'm so sorry. With the number 44 and the zodiac sign of Aries. It's a pretty flower though. All right, your next oracle is Apophyllite with stay positive. Your next oracle card is True Offering. True Offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. All right, so this is super positive. I'm not gonna, I don't know what I was gonna say there. I'm sorry, but this is coming off super positive. It almost looks like this month in July, you're either going to be offered something and you're almost like being told to stay positive. I almost feel like for this group, it's been rough recently. And this July, there's going to be some kind of offering, some kind of victory even. I almost think you're being asked to stay positive and look at the bigger picture here. Like, things might not be super 100% roses and daisies right now, but that like gives you room in your life for good things to come in a weird way. You're almost asked to like view currently right now as like an offering. Like, if you're having like a rough time right now, you are offering, that's like you offering that rough time to the universe, in the sense that you're taking that whipping, but it's gonna like come back at you in a positive way. Weirdly, it's almost like the wheel card is what comes to mind. Is like sometimes the wheel's up, sometimes the wheel's down, but in order for the wheel to go up and down, it has to be up and down, basically. So that's kind of what's going on here, and you're sort of like, right now things aren't great, but I have a feeling in July that it's gonna turn for the better, basically. So yeah, that like for some of you, this might actually be like a job offer, or there's some kind of emphasis on offer here for me. For some of you, you might be, the victory and the offer might be actually that you've been working really hard at your job, you're trying to get a promotion, and you will get the promotion, you will be victorious in getting that, and you will be offered it. But I don't know if that's for all of you. It might just, resonate for some of you. Regardless, I feel like everybody getting this reading right now is being asked to look at the bigger picture. Like, things sometimes have to be bad so that they can get good. Sort of a cliche message. I feel like I've heard it a million times, but like, we wouldn't even know what a good time is if we didn't know what a bad time was. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's sort of what you're being asked to see here right now, is that like, you might be having a rough time now so that you can truly enjoy whatever this victory and offering is. For some of you, I just heard like relief. This might just be a relief of something. Not quite sure what. Maybe that has to do with the big picture. Maybe for some of you, this is going to be a piece of information that's given to you. And that will help you see the bigger picture here. And that might be what makes you victorious in whatever this is. I feel like it's going to be different for everybody, so I can't exactly say what it's about particularly, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a really, like, whatever this is going to change everybody's perspective to be more positive. And I think that's why you're being asked to stay positive, because it's like, it might suck now, but there's something that is really good that's going to come from this, is sort of what I'm getting here. Yeah, it feels like you were offering up this, like, it's almost like whatever this bad time was like a sacrifice. It was like an offer. This was like a sacrifice of your energy. And the universe sees that and is definitely going to repay it. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, I can tell that there is just a moment here that was, or like a moment in your life here that was a bit of a struggle. And, you know, I think it's like, it's kind of what karma is at the end of the day. You know, it's almost like, you know, it's like cause and effect, you know. I'm trying to think of a good way to like a good metaphor to use here. But the best way that I could describe it is that, like, you spend all of your energy, you know, building a brick wall all day. Let's use that example. And at the end of the day, you're really tired, so you're gonna have to nap. But after you nap, you have energy. Like, you know, it's like you're giving up time and energy to do things, but then there's a period of rest that comes after it. I mean, for some of you, that might be what this is. This might be like you're getting extra vacation time. You're being offered vacation time or something, and now you're able to rest for longer and get that energy back, and that might seem like a really big victory for you. For others of you, this might just be that you've been working really hard at a job and you're finally being recognized for that, and you're being offered a promotion of some kind. You know, that's sort of the energy that I'm getting here with these cards. So I'm ready to look at your tarot cards. So let's see. We have the High Priestess. So when I saw this card, I just heard something interesting, which was a long time coming. So whatever this is has been for a long time coming, whether it be you getting a piece of information that makes everything clear, whether it be you, you know, getting that promotion you've been working for, whether it be you getting some time off or something. This has been a long time coming. Like, you deserve this is what I hear. And with the High Priestess, it makes me feel like this is, like, to be honest, like, expected in a weird way. Like, it's almost like I heard, like, it's about time. Like, I feel like this is something that you are sort of owed, you know? Like, kind of like I'm saying, like, this is sort of like karma. You're, like, owed this. You gave out your energy. Now it's time to get some back, kind of thing. That's what I'm getting from this card right here. Let's see what your next tarot card is. And then we have the Ace of Coins. So definitely for some of you, this is a job offer or a promotion or just some kind of financial offer. For some of you, you might even, let's say you entered in some kind of contest, you know, a month ago or something. Maybe you'll win that. You know, there definitely seems to be some kind of win here, and there definitely seems to be an emphasis on staying positive and not letting any of this negative stuff get to you as of lately, because I do feel like there's been some kind of struggle here. But that's like, and I'm not trying to say that everything's going to be roses and daisies after this, but I will say that everything will be a lot more easier, or like a little bit more, like things make a little bit more sense, you know, as to like why things happened the way that they did. Especially with that look at the big picture card coming out. I feel like that's like your perspective on the situation is going to change after whatever this is. And I feel like that's for everybody across the board that is receiving this reading right now. So I am going to pull some charms. Okay, so right off the bat, I am noticing we have 2 crowns in this reading coming out, one here and an actual charm, which makes me feel as though some of you might be getting like a management position, or you just be in charge of something. With this little guy coming out, I forget what he's called. I actually used to play an instrument, but currently do not remember what this is. But I do know it's music related. It makes me think of there's going to be some kind of harmony after this. Things are just, like I said, going to make sense after this. And then we have the Tree of Life coming out. And I feel like for some of you, this is, again, like a long time coming. It takes a tree a very long time to grow. And I feel like this is just a long time coming for a lot of you. So to sum up this reading, it sounds like you guys have some good karma coming back to you. Definitely a long time coming. And for a lot of you, there's going to be some kind of victorious offer given to you this month. And honestly, I'm super excited for you. And I just, you know, I feel awesome for you. So yeah, that's about all that I'm getting from this reading. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for watching, and if you wish to support this channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. All right, hello there, pile number 2. This is your tarot reading for July predictions. You chose the honey calcite. I really do bring her out a lot. All right, so we're gonna do your oracles first and then your tarot as usual. All right, so your first oracle card is Show the World the Real You, Full Moon Aquarius. Your next oracle card is the number 28 with the sign of Virgo and energy and orange. Sorry, there's a lot on those cards. And then we have Epidite with Go Deeper. And then your last oracle card is Freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from all its bonds. Okay, so this month, first of all, I would just like to say that this group has a lot of orange and purple in it, which I very much like. I love those colors. I feel as though this group is actually really creative, but also like this part of you makes you seem a little unique to other people. Like you're eccentric is what I would call you. And I feel like because of that, you've been a little bit nervous to be yourself around people. And I get the feeling that this month you're gonna be like sort of sick of having to hold back. Basically, you're kind of, maybe you already are sick of having to hold yourself back, having to filter out all your thoughts, having to, you know what I mean? And I feel like this month you're either going to start working towards being a lot more, genuine, basically, towards other people. And I'm not trying to say like you're disingenuine or like that you're fake necessarily. I'm just trying to say like I get this vibe that you're not entirely yourself around other people. Like you're almost like afraid to be yourself around other people. And this can be, because I have experience with this can be really tiring, to be honest. And I feel like you're getting to that point where you are sort of sick of, not really being who you are in front of other people, basically. So I feel like this is going to be your month where you go deeper. And by that, I mean like you're going to go inward inside yourself. Sorry, that just sounds weird to say. And like pull out who you really are, if that makes sense. You're gonna like really try hard to bring out yourself in social situations. Sorry, this was like a rough translation, to be honest. But yeah, I feel like this group is sort of sick of just not being true to themselves, but this month, you're really gonna feel a lot more true to yourself. I think the full moon this month might be a good indicator of, maybe starting to realize that, you need to be more true to yourself, basically. That's like kind of the thing that I keep coming back to, that I keep hearing, is that you need to be true to yourself, which sounds super cliche and super cheesy. I agree, but it can be true sometimes. Sometimes we do filter ourselves to a point where we really aren't ourselves anymore, and that's sort of what I'm getting from this group. And to be honest with you, that can be really rough. Emotionally and mentally, it can be really rough, because there's like this, when you do that, you are subconsciously telling yourself that like the real you is to be hidden. Like you can't be yourself around people. You just can't be true to yourself, basically, because, people aren't going to like it or something, silly. But the reality of it is like you owe it to yourself to be yourself. And the reason I say that is because when you are yourself, you're going to attract similar people. And that's what really matters. Like, screw the people who don't appreciate who you really are. You know what I mean? it's all about the people that do appreciate who you are. And like, that should be who you're doing it for in the first place. Because like, when you aren't being yourself, when you're hiding who you really are in public places, who are you doing that for? Are you doing that for yourself? No, you're doing it for those people because you're afraid of what they're going to think. So like, I feel like this is sort of like I feel like I'm sort of like shaking you here, like, hey, just be yourself. So let's look at your tarot cards. Let's get into those. So the first card coming out is the Fool. Okay, I know what that's saying exactly. So this month you're gonna feel like, screw it. I'm gonna go into this party. I'm just gonna act a fool, basically. That's what I heard when I saw that card. And interestingly, this is the Little Mermaid, but she kind of looks shy in this, and I feel like that's probably how you're gonna like really feel internally, which there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I feel like you're going to try to overcome those feelings. And first of all, I am all for that. That's, I've been working on that myself, and it can be really difficult, but really rewarding. So I will say that if that's what you're going into this month, if that's the type of energy, you're going to just like blissfully walk into a party and just try to like party. That's just the example I'm using here. But like, that is, it's the first step into really trying to come out of your shell, and it can be rough, and don't expect it to go perfectly, always. Okay, here's some advice that I'll give this group. If you're at a party and you're telling jokes, always expect that there's going to be at least one person not laughing, and that's just at the very least. But yeah, like even then though, you'll find there's gotta be somebody out there that finds that joke funny. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many people on this planet. All right, so let's look at your next tarot card, which is the King of Wands. Yeah, this is interesting to me because it's almost like she's in the direction of becoming more independent, more confident. And I feel like that's what's happening with you. This is the start of you becoming more confident with being yourself, more comfortable with being yourself. And that's really awesome, honestly. Do what you need to do. And if you need to take baby steps, take baby steps. Like if you maybe just want to try to this is sort of a weird example that came to my head, but maybe you want to join a book club so that you can have like just practice having group discussions and being yourself there. Maybe you want to for some reason there seems to be an emphasis on like socializing in social situations. So I feel like whoever chose this group this month, you're going to be trying to put more effort into socializing and trying to be more honest with yourself in those situations, basically. And I just want to say, I don't get any like bad vibes from this group at all. I do think that you guys are shy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I also get the energy that you're gonna be motivated to, try to move on from that energy, try to be more outgoing. I can tell that the people in this group would really, really want that. It might be something that you want deep down, but I feel like this month something's gonna happen to really trigger that. I feel like maybe you're gonna go to a party and like really regret not being more, sociable. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, I'm gonna get into some charms. Okay, you guys got a lot of charms. Okay, so when I saw this in particular, I heard wallflower. So maybe somebody was recently like a wallflower at a party and they just regret not being more involved in some kind of way, and that's what's triggering this energy. I heard quite the card when I saw this. Like maybe that's what you aspire to be. Like that guy is quite the card, I heard just like have faith in yourself when I saw this one. I think the sun represents like you trying to develop some kind of confidence, because I think of Leo when I see the sun, and Leo is quite confident. And then with these two, I feel like this is just some advice to be patient with yourself. Definitely be patient with yourself. Like I said, if you need to take baby steps with this, take baby steps with this. Don't feel like, don't expect to be the life of the party when you just started trying to like, you know, become more outgoing. But what I will say is that it, like I said, it can be really difficult, but it's really rewarding. So that's all I'm really getting here. Thank you for watching this reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to support this channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. All right, hello there, pile number 3. This is your tarot reading for July predictions. You chose the Black Obsidian. All right, so we're going to get into your oracles first and then your tarot. I do believe this group has extra oracles, just saying. So your first oracle card is You and Your Loved Ones Are Safe, New Moon Cancer. Your next oracle card is Communication is Key, New Moon in Gemini. So right off the bat, I just want to tell you before I forget, the new moon is looking significant for this group, new moon in July. So your next oracle card is Protection, Onion, with the sign of Aries and the number 9. Your next oracle card is Black Tourmaline, Protect Your Energy. Right, couldn't get any clearer. Your next oracle card is Detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. And your last oracle card is Divine Love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. Okay, weird synchronicities in your oracle cards. Just want to mention that first right off the bat. We have an emphasis on detachment and we have an emphasis on protection. And the emphasis on the new moon. There's a lot of synchronicities here. Okay, this is an interesting message. So it's going to be different for all of you. And I recently got a message. There's definitely an urgent message for somebody who watches my videos, or multiple of you that watch my videos, to protect yourself. I got a protective reading, I think it was like the last video maybe, very, very recently. And so you guys got to protect yourself. Now, this could be different for everybody. It could be protecting yourself, like magically, like with black kyanite and lighting candles, or it could be like setting boundaries, which is what I'm really getting here. I do feel like for this group, you need to set boundaries. And the reason I think that is because communication is key is coming out here. There might be somebody in your life right now that you do need to detach from a bit, or that you need to at least set boundaries with quite a bit. And that's, valid. It can be, some people really don't understand like actual social cues. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to like talk down on that, but what I am saying is sometimes you actually have to verbally communicate your boundaries, because sometimes people don't really pick up on them just from like the social cues that you're giving. So, my advice is to just be clear, stand your ground if you need to. In the sense that if you need to really emphasize to somebody that what they're doing is crossing a line, do it. Sometimes that's what it needs to be. Now, for some of you, this might actually be talking about casting a protection spell. If that is what you think it's about. If that resonates with you, then I would definitely say do it. And before I say anything else, and I just noticed that you guys chose the Black Obsidian, which is a protective stone. Yeah, there is a huge, huge emphasis on protecting yourself here. So absolutely do that. Do whatever protection ritual you need to do to protect yourself if it's about that. But if it's about setting boundaries, then please, 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 please set boundaries. There's nothing wrong with communicating your needs to somebody. And if those needs happen to be drawing a line somewhere, that's just as valid as, you know, just expressing things like actual things that you need. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, I really feel the main message here is to protect yourself in any way that you see fit. Because I do think it's going to be different for everybody. But for some of you, I think that it really is detaching from a specific person in your life. And that maybe detaching from this person will be a protective measure that you're taking. It might literally be like breaking up with somebody for some of you. If that doesn't resonate, then it could just be distancing yourself putting distance between you and this other person. That might be, like, I'm hearing like reckless. Like, there's an amount of recklessness here. This person might be really reckless. Like, I just thought of somebody like drunk driving. And it's kind of specific, but, you know, I feel like maybe this person does things like that, you know, maybe not exactly that, but similar reckless things. And I think you're just being asked to, like, you might care about this person, you might think this person's cool, but like definitely set some boundaries with them. Because, like, for example, if you maybe you have like parties or like a poker night or something, and this person's been, you know, going home after drinking all night, and maybe that's just, you're just not cool with that, you know, say that, you know, anything like that. You know, I don't know if that's the exact example for somebody, but, you know, anything that sounds like it could be similar to that, definitely put your foot down if you need to. You do not, you know, especially if it's something reckless like that. I can't stress that enough. So yeah, let's get into your tarot cards. So your first tarot card is the Four of Wands, and that's a really interesting one because that actually makes me think of protection again. That makes me think of a house, and a house is shelter, it's protection. This makes me feel like there is, you know, you're sort of being asked to create this for yourself in a weird way. Because I know that looks like just like a happy couple there, and that can be what this card means, but it can also mean like a home. And that's sort of what I'm getting here. This might actually be creating boundaries about somebody in your home. Maybe this is about somebody that's been living with you. Maybe this is about somebody that frequently visits your home, and maybe you want to just draw a line to how often they're over there. You know, this could, you know, this is a general reading, so if I'm not hitting it on the nail exactly, I'm trying to here for all of you. It really does feel like there's this person in your life that you need to have some boundaries with. If not, then for some of you, this is just asking you to do some kind of protection spell, some kind of, like, you know, get some black tourmaline if you need to. You know, I'm a big fan of it. I have some right over here, and it's been very helpful, I think. Anyway, so your next tarot card is the Eight of Wands. I feel as though, I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like that's sort of a warning. It's almost like saying you got to set these boundaries fast. You got to do this sooner than later. So, I mean, even possibly before July. I'm actually glad that I am making this video a little bit early in this case. Possibly before July, set these boundaries. That might just be when something might happen if you don't set these boundaries. That might be why this reading is coming through. So essentially, I hate giving warnings in tarot readings. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna do it because I have to. So, like, essentially, this is sort of a warning to protect yourself from, you know, I feel like whoever gets this reading is gonna know who I'm talking about. So, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, then I would actually suggest like doing the spell work, getting crystals that are protective. That's what I would suggest for that if you just don't know. But if you know exactly who I'm talking about, set the boundary. Set the boundary. I mean, I can't say that enough. Like, this person, and if that doesn't work, here's the thing. If that doesn't work, let's say you do set a verbal boundary with this person, do it through text. And the reason I'm saying that is because if they do something that you can, like, if they do something illegal towards you, okay, and you have in text that you set this boundary, you have that in text now. You have that basically in paper. And that will save you, at the very least, like, you'll be able to get justice for whatever this is, or it'll make it easier. So, like, I feel like this is some advice from Spirit here. You know, set the boundary in text, set it verbally, set it many times, because if you do that, then the law should be on your side. I won't guarantee it, because if you live where I live, you know, I don't know what else to say, but, you know, the law should be on your side than if you have the proof that you've set these boundaries and this person just isn't listening, because at a certain point that becomes legally harassment depending where you are. Okay, Sorry. Went on a little bit of a tangent there. But yeah, that's all I'm really getting from your cards. So I'm going to pull some charms now. Okay, interesting. For some of you, lock your doors. I hate to say it, but lock your doors. Just make sure that they're locked. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little confused with the rest of the charms that came out here. Maybe this is about, you know, protecting your emotions for some of you, but honestly, I feel like, you know, maybe this is, you know, for someone in particular, and I just don't know, you know. But the main message that I'm getting here is protect yourself, set boundaries, you know, do a protection ritual. You know, do what you have to do to protect yourself right now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do not take it lightly when protection comes out basically 3 times with the obsidian, the tourmaline, and the onion. Like, that, I just can't stress enough, protect yourself. Set those boundaries. So that's all I'm really getting here today. Thank you for watching this reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to support this channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. All right, guys, thank you again for watching my readings. Thank you to everybody who's watching continuously and everybody who has been subscribed. Sending lots of love and light and all that good stuff to you. I think I'm going to go for a hike today. So I hope the rest of you have a wonderful week. All right, bye.